Hi everybody. This presentation is designed for solution providers who are considering using the blockchain to provide additional traceability into their products. So a little bit of background on traceability on the blockchain. Traceability is being able to trace the chain of custody of an asset or product as it changes locations and forms. Two key concepts that the blockchain handles really well is transfer and transform. Transfer is transferring an asset or product from one location to another, and transform is taking my tomatoes, my avocados, and my onions and turning them into guacamole. So one of the things that's really important is that traceability is only one part of bigger solutions. Traceability is part of the supply chain, it's part of product safety, it's part of manufacturing operations, but traceability alone is not a standalone product. And traceability is already a part of many software solutions. So a lot of the traceability that's built into these solutions is specific to the customer's needs. So you might be asking yourself, so why would I use blockchain if I've already got traceability or I've already built standalone traceability? Well, the first thing is traceability on the blockchain is tracking the tracking the product across the chain of custody as it moves from one location to another and as it changes forms. So each member of the supply chain has specific requirements and specific solutions for what they do. So the farmer in the grocery store have completely different requirements for what their overall software solution does, but they both have needs for traceability. So what the blockchain provides is a common platform to trace items across the chain of custody that's based on GS1 standards. So the blockchain and the traceability blockchain is designed for traceability and transparency. It provides the benefits of a distributed ledger, and it provides trust and authenticity. And one of the ways it does that is the distributed ledger of the blockchain is an immutable ledger, which means things can be written to the blockchain. They can't be changed after they've been written to the blockchain. And one of the terms you'll hear often when they're talking about blockchain is it provides this single source of truth. Because once it's been written to the blockchain and it's on this immutable ledger, you know that it hasn't been changed and you know that it hasn't been altered. So you might be thinking, the first thing is what goes on the blockchain. Now, permission blockchains and public blockchains are two different things. So when you hear about blockchain, you're probably hearing about permission blockchains. And permission blockchains run inside of a data center, and they can do all sorts of things, and they can put a lot of different data on the blockchain. But on a public blockchain, which is a blockchain that's shared across platforms and it's shared across vendors, you really only want to put the data that's required to trace the sources, the transformations, and the destinations. Now, you also create pointers back to where to find the rest of the data if you need to point back to audit information or documents. You would use pointers to point back to that. Now, the data on the blockchain is actually hashed using one-way functions to keep the data private. So I have another video out there which talks about some basic traceability concepts, which talks about hashing, and it talks about how asset IDs are created and put on the blockchain. Now, there are several different ways data can be put on the blockchain. There is a real-time REST API, which means you're posting data onto the blockchain as you're creating it. You can also post data to the blockchain using batch uploads using the API. We also even have an Excel interface that if you just want your clients to export data into these Excel templates that we've created, that can be uploaded at the end of the day to create transactions on the blockchain. So a few more benefits is the traceability blockchain, and this is really important because the traceability blockchain is a public blockchain. So it's not controlled by one of your competitors. Other thing is everybody wins when farm to fork traceability is achieved. Now, the traceability blockchain is compatible with other blockchain initiatives. So if you're working on a major permission blockchain initiative, that doesn't preclude you from using the traceability blockchain. For one reason, you can get the traceability blockchain started right away while you're working on your major initiative. The other thing is you might be keeping a lot more information on your permission blockchain than you want to share with other members of the supply chain. Most important thing though is that it's easy to use, it's inexpensive, there's no upfront costs, and it's easy to get started.